Hey everyone, how are you? So, in the past few days, I have been really busy and completing a UI revamp of my Angular Material theme builder here. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it's changed and what benefits it brings for existing and for new users who would like to use Angular Material or would like to use theming for their Angular Material and design their own theme. So, let's get started. And I'm going to reveal my new Angular Material Theme Builder 2.0 version. And as you can see here, the UI is quite a significant departure from how it was previously. Now, previously it was also good, obviously. It was usable and a lot of users are getting great usage out of it by building up their material themes. But I wanted something which was more tailored towards real world application layout. So the biggest change you're going to see here is that we now have real world previews. For example, the default is dashboard here. There's a nice chip list over here in which you can change the type of the previews that you have. And any theme that you design on the left side here, you can actually see in real time on the right side. So the most common one, I have added the dashboard here. Then you also have the e-commerce here, which is a very common way with a nice checkout here. Then you have a marketing page, which is a given for any SaaS template or any SaaS application that you're going to build. So this is a nice template with all of the necessary sections like the pricing section here, which you would need in your SaaS application or in your real application. And then this is the old one, the components dump, which is not really that good. So that actually prompted me to add all of these other preview sections here. And that's not it. You can obviously preview your dark mode here for each of them. You can see the dark mode in all its glory. And also you have a full screen icon here. So if you click on this, you're gonna go this full screen and so that you can preview your whole theme in full screen here and you can look at it just like you would do in a real application. So we have e-commerce here, marketing components again. All right. So this was the preview section, which now takes about 70% of the screen space. But this is not only it. I have made major changes. In fact, I have revamped all of the left builder editor as well here. Previously, if you remember, we had two sections here. So we had a side nav here on the left side, and then we had a editor here on the right side. But now I have made it simpler, and now you will see that everything is categorized. You would first look at the colors, and you're going to look at the typography, and you would look at the density, and then you would want to concentrate on specific components. Okay, so I have categorized it according to this in a nice consistent chip based interface at the top here. Now, this took me quite a while to get right. I used AI to give me different types of prototypes. So I used that process and I tested out different things. It was messy at first, but at the end, I came to this final UI, which really looks nice. It's also inspired by some other products that I saw, which had a similar feel to it. Okay, as you can see, the familiar color section here. It's the same color section here. Let's change the color here. So let's change it to pink here. Maybe you want to change it to blue here, and you can see the live changes happening all over the dashboard here. Of course, you can also drill down here in each of them, and maybe you want to change the primary color specifically to some dark color here, and you can see that everything changes here instantly. Okay. Obviously, you can also change the secondary color here. So if you would like, you can change the secondary color, which actually affects this. As you can see, the side nav indicator color here. So you can change any of the colors and the neutral color, obviously, the neutral color tells you about the background and the surfaces. So if you increase this, you're going to see the whole tint turn to blue. If you make it whitish here, you're going to see that it becomes more like a whitish color here. And now these are the colors related to the global Angular Material System tokens. But obviously you can go, I have a nice helper here. So if you want to go to override specific custom color tokens, you can actually go to this components here. But we'll come to that in a bit when I show you the components level customization. Okay, so we can also use the dark mode here. So we can change the dark colors here as well, which are separate from the light colors. There's a light and dark CSS function which Angular Material uses. So you can define both colors differently. You don't have to have the same colors. This was the color palette. Let's go to typography, which is another important part of your theming. And now you can see the effect of typography. It makes a lot of difference. And if, for example, you select something like Meriwether here, you're going to see instant changing of all of the text here on your dashboard. You can see the table has changed here as well. Everything actually has changed. And you can also go in your e-commerce. You're going to see that Your e-commerce text has also changed. Even the marketing, which looks nice now, you can look into the dark mode here as well. And your marketing text also looks nice. Let's go to the density. As the density pertains to the spacing or the sizing of the different components and how much spacing there is between them. So this is the global density setting. I usually like to keep it around 2 here, but I would just show you 0 here just to see. And obviously, you can also adjust the density wide tokens for components as well specifically. All right, now let's go on to the component section, which is the main section that I want to show you. And now previously, the component section were all spread out on the left sidebar, even if you did not need it. Now, only if you click on components here, you're going to see the components here. And previously, it was really difficult to scan the whole list and find out the component. Now you can use the search option here, and this search will not only search for the component name as well, but will also search for the type of the component, the type of the token that you want to change, and also the property or the token itself that you want to change. So for example, let's say in our UI here, I want to change the card. And let's say I want to change the card color here. So I'm going to say card and I'm going to say color here. So it says one component and one with matching color token. So it only gives me card here and it shows me the elevated container color here. When I click on it, I'll go into the detail view for the specific card. And don't worry, if you want to look at only the card like you had previously, you will have the same UI as you have currently. So for existing users, no problem. If you want to customize individual component tokens in the previous way, you can do that as well. And you will get this component dump as well. But if you want to do it on a real layout, you can do it this way. So now the card tokens, any component tokens are categorized according to the same category that we have here for the global tokens. We can modify colors, typography, shape, or elevation. So we are interested in the color of the card. So we're going to look into color here, and all of the tokens you can see at a glance now instead of all of the editors open at once. So this makes it really easy to scan and find the right token. Let's say we want this outline card token. So we have the filled token, we have the outline card token. So let's change the container color for the outline card token. And in the system role, we are going to select maybe primary container here, which doesn't look that nice. So let's go and maybe do surface container low here, something like this. So this looks nice. So as soon as we set it, you're going to see this preview here. You can also reset it if you'd like to go back to the original one. Let's say we want to change the outline of this, outline width of this. We are going to identify where it should be. So it won't be in typography, it should be in shape because it's related to the shape. Now in the shape, you'll see in the outline, you'll see outline width. So we can change the width here. As you can see, we can increase the width here like this. Let's go to 2 here. And then also we can change the shape here if you'd like to. So it's all up to us. And these two are set with these values here, and you can look at it at a glance. Let's say we also want to change the elevation of the cards a bit. So for the outline one, I want to add a bit of shadow here. And you can see that we can add a nice shadow here. And you can also see it in other previews. So in the e-commerce one, you can see the same. Now the cards have this nice shadow effect here. Same with the marketing one, you can see the cards here also have a shadow effect here and all of the things. And these cards are also the same way. Okay, and in the card preview, you can see the same thing. So now it's much easier to change your components and you can reset all of the card if you would like to. So let's reset it now like this, and let's go back and let's maybe change this. So for example, you want to change maybe the button here. You can also do button color. And for the button case, the buttons are in a lot of different components. So we are just interested in the button color here. So we're going to go in the button color here, and the same thing, we want to change the color. Let's change the container color. Maybe we don't want the primary here, which is the default. We want maybe the tertiary one. So we're going to change it to the tertiary one here. And let's say we want to change the shape as well here. So for the filled one, we want to change the shape to something like this. Yeah. And we can change other things as well related to density, which is scaling and everything. So for example, we have horizontal padding here and we have container height here maybe. So we can change that. You can see. So you can change just about anything that is supported by Angular material here. Great. So this is a nice little demo about how you can actually change and customize component level tokens right easily from this new revamped component editor that I've added here. I have also been using it myself as well, and I have been playing with it to come out with some nice looking themes. So I have come out with about 4 to 5 themes that I want to show you now. And this is the default one. Let's first show you the very popular one nowadays, which is the Claude theme. So everyone is using Claude here. So you can see here the Claude theme looks something like this. If we show it to you in your full screen, you're gonna see it in all its glory, and you can see that the color is matching Claude exactly. We are using a similar font family to reflect that, and if you go in the dark mode, you're gonna see something similar as well here. Similarly, in the e-commerce one, you're gonna see the same thing. Again, it looks like Claude, as you can see, and the marketing one also really similar. Okay, let me now show you another one, and that is Vercel. Now, Vercel is the popular hosting platform for Next.js applications, and they're also the owner of Next.js, I think. ShatCN style components are very popular there. So we have something similar to ShatCN like components. As you can see, the buttons look very similar. The dashboard looks similar as well, although we couldn't get it exactly right, but we have come quite close to that style, if you can see here. Okay, and if you go into the dark mode, obviously you can see the same thing. Great. So you can see we're using Angular material, but the styling is much like ShatCN. So I much prefer to use this way instead of changing the whole component library, as there's often a discussion about using different Angular component libraries to replace Angular material because of its default styling. All right, next let's try out another one, and that is a very stark one, new brutalism. So this is blocky. You can see that everything is squarish. There are very less rounded corners here. In the e-commerce one, if you see, you're gonna see yellow and blue color somewhere. In the marketing one, you're also gonna see yellow and blue colors mixed here. So it's a theme which is funky and blocky. All right. Now I personally don't like it, but it's just a style to show you what is possible when you have the theming token set to what you want. Okay. Okay, let's look another platform, very famous platform, which is Superbase. So Superbase has this nice color and this nice font, similar font that we can use, and you can see that it's very similar to Superbase here. It now this is the same layout as you can see, but we are only tampering the tokens here, the material tokens here, and I just wanted to show you what is possible. And now this layout, this preview layouts can actually show you what's actually possible when you use the Angular material tokens correctly here for theming. Okay. Okay. Lastly, I want to show you just one which is named nature. So it is something green and it has big typography of Montserrat everywhere. So this is like an earthy theme that is green and earthy and other form. So this is another example of a nice theme with a nice letter. This is just about it from me. Now this is published, and as you can see, it is on materialthemebuilder.com. So you're most welcome to go to try the material theme builder. The builder itself is free. You can try out everything. You can make any component level changes, any color level changes, any theming changes. If you sign up, which is free, you can get 3 free export, which you can take into your own application. Like here, so I have the pro version, I have unlimited full export. But if you sign up for free, you can actually get 3 trial export, which you can use for your own theming initially to test out different things to get a feel of the application. And obviously, if you find that you want to manage multiple themes here, like I have, or you want to export it in unlimited ways and you want to use it, you can actually go for the pro version, which I recommend because it is currently also on a summer sale, 50% off, and you're gonna get it at this price, which is about 50% off from the original. So thanks for watching, and I would love your feedback about whether you like it or you don't like it, and what features would you add. I have some of my own ideas about new features, and in the coming days and weeks, I'm going to add them as soon as I can. With AI agentic coding, it has become easier to dream and to build great products like this. Agentic coding and AI has really helped me out in this. If you would like more tips and tricks related to Angular and agentic coding, do sign up to the newsletter as well, which is also linked in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time with another interesting video.